Food bills in this country are posing something of a riddle. Statistics Canada said food prices dropped by nearly 1% compared to last month. That explains why you're probably spending a little bit less. But the new research also shows the cost of dining out is moving in the opposite direction, up 2.7% over the last year. That's almost double the rise in food prices at retail locations. Sylvain Charlebois is the Dean of the Faculty of Management at Dalhousie University. He joins us from Halifax. So what's going on here?
Lots of things. On the one side, there's lots of competition at retail. Obviously, there's lots of threats threatening the traditional grocers, Loblaw, Sobeys, and Metro. And then they're looking at Walmart and Costco, and they're both selling for about $15 billion worth of food now to Canadians. And there's also Amazon propping up as well. So there's lots of competition. Margins are very, very tight, and they're just trying to make sure that they make enough money to please shareholders. On the other hand, with restaurants, Canadians are just going out. They're going out even more. The Canadian meal institution is slowly fading away, and as people get more acquainted with snacking, going out, well, food service is benefiting from that, and that's why prices are really going up.
Do you imagine we'll eventually reach the same sort of statistics that they eat out a lot more in the U.S., right?
Yeah, so in the U.S. in 2016, actually, the average American spent as much money in the grocery store than at the restaurant, 50-50. Now, in Canada, we're at 30-70 roughly right now, but given how revenues are going up in Canada, we could actually see the 50-50 scenario by 2035 or even sooner.
And as you say, grocery stores are already operating under pretty tight margins. If that trend continues, that margin tightens yet further, would they be pretty squeezed if we got to even sort of, 60-40?
Well, I mean, the grocers are trying to contend. We know that two major grocers laid off a significant amount of people just last week. They're just trying to manage costs very differently, but they're also trying to bring new talent into their business to capitalize on e-commerce, for example, meal kits, ready-to-go portable solutions for consumers, trying to get more acquainted with the consumer that is really struggling to invest any time at all during meals. So that's one thing going on there. On the other hand, with restaurants, you're seeing some consolidation. There are lots of businesses being bought out. Why? Because there's money to be made. You can actually pay a premium to buy a chain. Saint-Hubert, for example, a few months ago with Cara, they bought Saint-Hubert at a premium, but they're going to be actually making money just because they can raise menu prices.
You talk about the institution of the family meal, and that's where we learn about healthy eating habits. There's a lot of benefit to that. Should we be concerned if we're seeing that institution of the family meal being eroded?
Concern, I'm not sure. It's just there are two things at play here. I think on the health side, it's very difficult to provide any insight to a Canadian looking for a better health lifestyle or healthy lifestyle. That's one challenge. Predictability is the other. If people eat whenever they want, wherever they want, as a business, you got to go where the money is. And if you don't know where the money is, it's difficult. With the three-meal institution, everything was predictable. It was nicely laid out, so it was easy. You set up shop, or as a grocer, you kind of tried to design your store based on whoever was showing up. But nowadays, things are more complicated. The line between food service and food retailing is really, really blurring.
Indeed it is. Sylvain, it's always great to see you. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Sylvain Charlebois, Dean of the Faculty of Management at Dalhousie University.